comfort of tonight's tale as it brings you rest. Muck and William's Safe Adventure. This story is about a boy named Muck and his phoenix companion William, who embark on a forest adventure, helping a trapped deer and finding safety in each other during a thunderstorm. Once upon a time, in a quaint village surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers, there lived a kind-hearted boy named Muck. Muck was known for his curiosity and bravery, often wandering through the woods to discover hidden paths and secret glades. William, with his fiery feathers and wise eyes, was Muck's loyal companion, always watching over him. One sunny morning, Muck decided to explore the thick forest from the outskirts of the village. "Let's see what adventures await us today, William," he exclaimed cheerfully. The forest, with its towering trees and myriad of chirping birds, seemed like a world waiting to be discovered. As Muck ventured deeper into the woods, the sunlight dwindled, casting enchanting shadows all around. Suddenly, Muck heard a faint cry that seemed to come from a distance. "Did you hear that, William?" he asked, his voice tinged with concern. The phoenix nodded, his eyes narrowing as he listened closely. Following the sound, they soon arrived at a small clearing where a young deer was trapped in a hunter's net. "Oh no, we must help it," Muck whispered urgently. With William's guidance, Muck carefully untangled the net, freeing the terrified animal. The deer looked at them gratefully before darting back into the woods. "Good job, Muck," William praised, a proud glint in his eyes. As the day grew darker, Muck and William realized it was time to head back to the village. They followed the trail of fireflies, their tiny lights leading the way home. Just as they reached the village, a sudden thunderstorm erupted, drenching them in seconds. "We need to find shelter quickly," Muck shouted over the rumbles of thunder. William spread his wings, creating a fiery dome that shielded them from the rain. Under the warm glow of William's feathers, Muck felt a sense of safety and comfort, knowing William was always there to protect him. After the storm passed, they continued their walk home, the village lights welcoming them back. That night, as Muck lay in bed, he reflected on their day. "Thank you, William, for always keeping me safe," he said softly. The phoenix perched by the window nodded in acknowledgement, his fiery plumage softly illuminating the room. And so, Muck drifted off to sleep with a heart full of gratitude and peace, dreaming of the many adventures yet to come, knowing that with William by his side he was never truly alone. The next story waits, calm and comforting. Voyage and the Ancient Spirit, Nymphe. This story is about Borage, a kind-hearted human, and Nymphe, an ancient spirit, who together spread peace throughout an enchanted forest. In the heart of a dense, enchanted forest lived a human named Borage. He was a simple, kind-hearted man who tended to a garden of rare, glowing flowers. One evening, while he was watering his flowers, a faint light began to shimmer in the middle of his garden. As he approached, the light grew brighter, revealing an ethereal being emerging from within a radiant lily. This was Nymphea, an ancient spirit, guarding the serenity of the forest. He had chosen Borage for a special purpose, to help spread peace across the forest. Borage's garden was not just a haven for him but also a sanctuary for forest creatures. Birds, butterflies, and even small woolly animals found refuge among his blossoms. As Nymphea looked around, she noticed how the energy of the garden pulsed with tranquility. She spoke to Borage in a voice that sounded like rustling leaves and distant waterfalls. "Borage, your heart is pure, and your soul resonates with the peace this forest needs. Will you join me in nurturing this harmony?" Borage, though surprised, felt an immense sense of duty and joy. He agreed without hesitation, Nymphaea's presence grew stronger each day as she guided Borage in ways to enhance the garden's harmonious aura. They planted moonflowers that glowed like stars, and vines of morning glory that danced in the breeze. Together, they placed thistles in the soil that resonated with loving vibrations. The garden transformed into a sanctuary of peace, spreading its calming influence even to the farthest corners of the forest. Creatures that once lived in fear now roamed freely, guided by the light and love poured into their surroundings. Borage and Nymphea often sat by a serene pond in the heart of the garden, reflecting on their work and the beauty of harmony. Their bond deepened as they shared stories of the forest and dreams for its future. One day, as they sat by the pond, Borage noticed a change in Nymphea. Her glow was softer, almost blending with the twilight. She told him, "Borage, my task here is coming to an end. The peace we have nurtured will continue to grow even in my absence. Remember, the essence of peace lies in every living being it touches." Though saddened by her departure, Borage felt a sense of fulfillment. He promised to keep the garden as a beacon of tranquility. The day Nymphea vanished, a soft rain fell, blessing the garden with her parting gift. From that day forward, Borage continued his work, the essence of Nymphea's teachings alive in every flower and creature. The forest flourished, and peace remained a constant companion. And so, under the watchful eyes of the stars and the whispering winds, Borage and the ancient spirit Nymphea's legacy of peace thrive, teaching all that the true essence of harmony lies in the love and care we give to the world around us. Let's move gently to the next heartwarming tale. Acalypha and Dan, the warmth of friendship. This story is about a girl named Acalypha and a bear named Dan, whose bond exemplifies the eternal warmth of friendship. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled between rolling green hills and a vast forest, there lived a kind-hearted young girl named Acalypha. One crisp autumn afternoon, as Acalypha wandered through the forest, she came across a bear cub trapped under a fallen tree. The cub looked up with pleading eyes, and Acalypha's heart melted. She gathered all her strength and managed to free a foe. Exhausted but relieved, Acalypha sat down beside the bear, who nuzzled her hand in gratitude. Acalypha named the bear Dan Afterchu. Every day, Acalypha would visit the forest to bring food and play with Dan. As the days grew shorter and the air became colder, Acalypha and Dan's bond grew stronger. They would huddle together under the stars, sharing stories and dreams. One particularly cold evening, Acalypha fell ill. She couldn't make it to the forest to see Dan. Dan ventured to the village. Despite the villagers' initial fear, they soon realized Dan meant no harm. The villagers followed Dan to Acalypha's cottage. Seeing Acalypha shivering with fever, Dan curled up beside her, offering his warmth. The villagers were moved by the bear's loyalty and kindness. They decided to help Acalypha recover, bringing her warm blankets and medicine. Slowly, Acalypha regained her strength. As winter turned to spring, Acalypha and Dan's friendship blossomed even more. They continued to explore the forest, discovering new wonders and deepening their bond. Through their adventures, Acalypha learned about the true meaning of warmth, not just physical warmth, but the warmth of love and friendship. And from that day on, regardless of the season, their hearts were forever warmed by the special bond they share. The end. Individuality. If I stand up for the arty, I love what the action. Let's begin another chapter in tonight's journey. Lotus and Lobelia's Starry Journey. This story is about Lotus and her beetle friend Lobelia, who embark on a magical journey to a celestial garden, where dreams come true. Once upon a time, Beneath a canopy of stars, there lived a girl named Lotus and her best friend, a beetle named Lobelia. Lotus had soft chestnut hair that glistened in the moonlight, and Lobelia's shiny carapace reflected the twinkling stars above. They spent their days exploring the meadows and their nights gazing at the constellations, dreaming of adventures among the stars. One magical evening, as the fireflies danced round them, they spotted a star falling from the sky. Without hesitation, Lotus made a wish, and Lobelia's little heart fluttered with excitement. Suddenly, the ground beneath them began to shimmer, and before they knew it, they were lifted into the air, soaring toward the star-dusted sky. As they ascended, they passed by floating islands made of clouds, each adorned with glowing flowers and gentle notes that filled the air. Lotus held Lobelia close as they drifted through this enchanting landscape, feeling a sense of wonder they had never known before. They soon arrived at a grand celestial garden, where stars bloomed like flowers and comet tails, creating gentle breezes. Lotus and Lobelia were greeted by a kindly old star named Orion, who welcomed them with a warm smile. Orion explained that their wish had granted them a night in the star garden, a place where dreams come true and time stands still. Lotus and Lobelia spent the night exploring the star garden, dancing among the luminous blooms and sharing stories with the friendly stars. They discovered a pond where the water mirrored the galaxy, and they could see their own reflections amidst the constellations. As the night grew late, Orion guided them to a soft, cloud-like bed where they could rest. Wrapped in dreams of starlight, they fell into a peaceful slumber, knowing that this night would stay with them forever. When they awoke, they found themselves back in the meadow, the first light of dawn breaking on the horizon. Though their incredible journey had come to an end, the bond between Lotus and Lobelia was stronger than ever. They promised to keep the star garden a secret, a precious memory shared only between them. And whenever they looked up at the night sky, they knew that somewhere among the stars a place of magic and wonder awaited them. Their hearts were filled with joy and the promise of endless possibilities, and they continued to explore their world with the same sense of adventure that had carried them into the stars. Good night, and may tomorrow be filled with joy.